Listen. I know I'm late. I'm late. Okay, I am a couple of videos behind, but I got y'all covered. Baby, y'all will have everything by Sunday. Okay? Trust your girl. This is your girl Kiwan. I am back with Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 10, episode 22, Revoked and Provoked. Now, I did say to Carlos Dontavius King about his seasons. So all of a sudden we in season 11 without a reunion. Okay, yeah. So we just gonna keep this going at season 10 until I get a reunion. I'm tired. I really am tired. Okay, of Carlos Dontavius King. Okay. Also, let me just say this real quick, y'all. Sorry. Y'all know I be tripping up. No, but for real though, shout out to the real TSM rapper. He found me on YouTube, and I'm not gonna hold you. He been bigging your girl up, so y'all go around there, subscribe to his channel, along with Mrs. Bess, Watch Him Out for Reviews, Sandra Pigeon Extra, Shayna _MCD, Vibe X. Listen, I am really going to Beloved Reviews. Like, it's so many of y'all, and I really just want to say how supportive you guys are. I appreciate y'all, and I promise y'all I will put everybody's, like, we gonna get there. Okay, we gonna all get there together. Okay, so shout out, for real, shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the new subscribers. I hope y'all like my content. I cuss a lot, you know. I do a little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6 through 10. Okay, and that depends on what show I'm doing. But also there is a new show called Girl Needs Love, and it is on Peacock. I saw it on Peacock, and then I followed them on Instagram, so I am going to pick that up. That is going to be my Sunday afternoon review. So I'm just going to review one episode at a time. So in 1 week, for these next go arounds of TV, let me see, 1, 2, 3. Y'all get, what do y'all get? Y'all get 2 on Mondays, 1 on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Y'all gonna get 10 reviews out of me every week. Yeah. So, Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all. Let's go ahead and get this going. So the episode started with Nell and Letitia. Honestly, I don't understand why these two people are meeting, because at some point, her and Letitia and Destiny is going to get into it over Destiny choosing, well, Letitia feeling like Destiny has chosen Nell over her. But hey, Letitia said she was concerned, so she took Nell out, and she said that Nell said she was that Letitia has been trying to mend things with her, and Nell also said that, told Tisha that Wanda hurt her feelings when she y'all know how Tisha do when she put that bug in her mama ear and her mama won't come and windmill for her. Listen, and the way I love, y'all know I love me an ignorant ass mammy, and Wanda is my girl, but Wanda be overstepping too much, like, girl, okay? Now, had it been me and my mama wouldn't have said nothing, because I would have cussed the piss out of Wanda. But see, that's just me. All right? So anyway, the truth of the matter is Tisha should not have told her mama all of this information, and then her mom and Nell wouldn't have gotten into it. And even when Tisha went to go talk to her mom, Tisha still had that smirk on her face. Okay? But at least they are coming to some common ground, because I think with Nell having so much going on, Tisha, I don't know, Tisha just thought Nell was, I don't know, Nell was in her own bag. And Tisha, Nell was meanwhile, Nell living rent free over here in Tisha's head. I was like, girl. So Tisha didn't realize, well, Nell isn't upset with me. She has other things going on. And I was like, you're such a genius. Like, but y'all really could have kept, if it was me, y'all really could have just kept this scene. But moving along, Kimmy and Soft Hands, aka Maurice. All right. So they end up purchasing an old radio station, and across the street they actually purchased, I want to say there was a restaurant, or I don't know what that is, but they want to turn the old radio station into an event center. They talk about the party, Lance's party, and how it wasn't a lot of people there. I guess that was their segue into talking about Fletch. Okay, because let me tell you, I wasn't mad at Fletcher getting Marceau ass together. Because, sir, what are you talking about? Okay, anyway, they was like, it wasn't a lot of people. Duh, because it was just the cast. I said that last week when I reviewed. I said that party was nothing but cast. They just needed to get everybody together for some bullshit. But whatever. Nobody listens to me. They could have kept this scene too. So we see Marceau pass and he blow his horn to speak. And they felt like instead of blowing your horn, you could have turned into one of these buildings and got on your SHI. But whatever. Marceau, I guess he's supposed to be working on the space across the street. And I'm like, I get wanting to be in the spirit of keeping things in the family. But I also am aware that because he may not be able to get to it, then y'all probably have to get somebody else. And I'm pretty sure that y'all doing it for a family discount. And I thought I heard Marceau tell Fletch that he's taking care of his priorities, which whatever he's doing for him, that's coming first. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I thought I heard him tell Fletch that when they went into that office space. So Kimmy said because of the restaurant still not being open, they're stifling money from other people's business. And again, why can't y'all hire anybody else? Like, I'm not a contractor connoisseur. I'm not a realtor connoisseur. I'm not in any of those spaces. So I can't tell you what's what. Okay? But anyway, we get to Marceau and Letitia. So they're riding bikes in the park. Alright? When I tell y'all, I thought that looked so fun. In a way, your girl has started working on some things. I'm kind of proud of myself. Okay? Shout out to me. I ain't all the way there yet, but I'm working on it. I have been turning over some leaves. Okay? So yeah, it felt good this morning not to like eat nothing bad, but that's not what this review is about. This is focus, Erica. Focus. So anyway, Marceau and Letitia, they ride bikes. They stop. They have a conversation about Ken and Trish. Not too much. They just was like, we don't really know what's going on with them. Don't nobody know what's going on with them because they don't know what's going on with them. And the whole I heart emoji situation that was, for me, was blown out of proportion. But whatever. Because I already told y'all, Lance is a bitch. Okay? And ain't that your cousin? But, y'all... That's what a lot of y'all do. A lot of people like to kiss their cousins. Not my subscribers, not y'all, but the other people, okay? So, they had a conversation about Nell and Chris. Well, not they. Tisha tells Marceau what was going on with Fletch. And I believe Marceau already knew what was going on. He probably was just waiting on Fletch to tell him because somebody had already told him. I believe both Scott brothers knew what was going on. Huntsville ain't that damn big. Okay? So Marceau said, Marceau said they talked a lot. They talked about business, so we get a flashback to him and Nell, the Fletchers and the Scotts sitting down having just a discussion about wanting to entertain the possibility of working together. Okay. And so that was that on that. So now we get to Fletch, big Fletch, okay, not the little Fletch, and Marceau. So Marceau brings up Chris' license, and Fletch was like, listen, my license was revoked. Marceau tells Chris, like, you should have told me about your license being revoked because we talked about going into business together. So Chris said, no, I ain't got to tell you a whole ass thing because all we did was had a conversation about us going into business together. Like, we ain't shake no hands, we ain't sign no documents. It was just a possibility. It was I was entertaining the possibility of us going into business together. Like, we didn't agree on nothing. We didn't shake hands. So, boy, what you talking about? So, anyway, that's what Chris said. He didn't say all of that. He did not say all of that. I'm just adding a little stank on it because Marceau low high key pissed me off. Because this man don't owe you a whole ass thing. And for you to just ask him, like, you should have told me, boy, fuck you. Like, but that is just how I respond. Like, I don't know. So Chris said, we had this conversation over a year. So the conversation about them getting into business, that happened over a year ago. Nothing else has been said. Nothing has been brought up. Nothing. Like, Chris was like, but you never even got back with me on nothing. So what you talking about is some bullshit. Okay? So Chris asked Marceau if he had any lawsuits. So Marceau looking befuddled and bewildered and shout out to whoever says that all the time in your channel, because I want to say that is my girl Bondi. I love Bondi. Shout out to Bondi. But Marceau looked like huh? And so he was like, oh yeah, child. And so he was like, so did you have to come to me? Did you come to me about your lawsuits? Just kind of landing the plane and making a point. So Marceau was like, nah. Okay. So if you didn't have to come to me about your lawsuits, why do I have to come to you about my license? When I tell you, Chris backed him up in a corner and I was really here for it. And I like Marceau, but he be on bullshit and he be trying to play in everybody's face. But you can't play a big dog. And y'all already know what I think about Fletch, okay? But then I'm gonna let Nell have him. Okay? So anyway, Marceau was like, no. So Chris asked him, did we sign any paperwork? He was like, no. So Chris tells Marceau, you're basically he didn't say this, I'm just paraphrasing, y'all. You basically putting 20 on 10. And just being your damn self. You're just being your usual self that always want to trip people up and you want to act like you the smartest motherfucker in the room, but you not. Okay? Chris didn't say that. I felt like Chris wanted me to say that. So I'm saying that. And so Chris was like, well, who the you think you are? Because I don't owe you a motherfucking thing. Okay? Look. I really needed to add some stank on that. Because I was feeling Chris in that moment. Okay? So Marceau tells Chris. Then he tried to play in his face. So Marceau told Chris, as a member of the community, as a pillar of the community, your license holds weight. And it basically making him responsible for the damn community and for the public. And Chris said, you ain't telling me shit I don't even know. You say you ain't telling me shit I don't know. I don't already. I think he said, you ain't telling me shit I don't already know. That's what he said. He said, because my shit carry weight. he said my shit carry weight around this motherfucker. So what you talking about? Ho? Okay. I added the whole. Okay. Because I felt like Chris gut punch that ass. Okay? So at this point, Marcel just really need to take this L and go back in that office and go stain and varnish some shit over there. Okay? So then we get back to the Fletcher home. Chris finally make it home. Now Chris looked like he pissed off. And now digging and getting her garden together, you need to rub this man's shoulders, okay? Don't listen to me. So anyway, Chris tell Nell, what happened between the exchange between him and Marcel. Chris also shares with her, listen, I felt like Marcel was trying to make me look like a bad business person. And, he was like, listen, I always be on chill. I don't really, I make mistakes because I'm human and I'm going to handle my shit, but, I had to ask him, how is you cool? I'm just saying. Yeah. So, he really did feel like Marcel was trying to make him look bad. Like, he felt like Marcel was trying to embarrass him, and I totally agree. Like, you really sat here and made a thing, and it's not a thing. It's not a thing. Like, it's absolutely not a thing. So anyway, the Scott brothers meet, and they talk about, I guess, stuff not being built. How, and I tell y'all, I really skimmed through this because I didn't care, and how he wants his brother to move a little more faster, and it's crazy how the both of them, it is really insane how the both of them act alike. And then he threatened to put papers on Marcel, and that's it, and that's all I have. This episode was a struggle. I struggled to watch it. I cannot wait to the reunion. I'm hoping that we are closer to the reunion. Like, at this point, what's his name? Carlos Dontavius King ain't got to give us nothing else. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay? After next week, when Destiny and Tisha get into it, yeah, we ain't got to get nothing else. Let that be the season finale. I don't know. I don't care. Mental gymnastics. This show is working on my nerves. Okay? Anyway, that is all I got. I will also drop RHOA, so look for that right behind this review. And with all of that being said, this is your girl Q-Wine, reminding you to keep showing up, keep growing, stay true to yourself, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.